Hi, my name is Rory, aka Deeplink Audio, and this is the Subcombicon. The Subcombicon is a free Reason 13 combinator that draws from both the form and the function of the Moog Subharmonicon. As a quick overview, this instrument is paraphonic with 2 oscillators and 4 suboscillators. Each oscillator is assigned to one of the 2 4-step sequences, however you can override this assignment with the button-style patch bay. The sequences are triggered by 4 assignable rhythm generators, allowing for much longer patterns as well as polyrhythmic sequences. The output is then fed into a mixer, which can be overdriven at high volume levels, and then finally the signal goes through the VCA at a 24 dB low-pass filter. It comes with some demo patches, and if you decide to support, which I hope you do, then you'll get some bonus patches. With that out the way, let's get into some detail and see what this thing can do. For VCO 1 and 2, you have a choice between a saw and a square wave. There is a special third wave option, which is a mix of square and saw, with the sub 1 knob controlling the PWM of the square wave. The pitch of the sub-oscillators follow their respective main oscillator, but are also determined by their own frequency knob. The frequency knob in this case switches between various subharmonics of the main oscillator, a subharmonic being the division of the frequency by a whole number integer. In semitones, this translates to -12, -7, -5, and so on, trending in a downwards fashion. Lastly, on VCO2, instead of PWM, I decided to take some creative liberty and include an optional FM-based oscillator, with sub 1 controlling the FM amount. The original Subharmonicon provides various quantization options, including no quantization, equal temperament, and just intonation. For the Subcombicon, however, I decided to stick to just 12-tone and 8-tone equal temperament, essentially chromatic and major. It's important to note here that true subharmonics will typically not land squarely on a note, but rather be off by a few cents. In this combinator, the subharmonic always lands on the nearest note without any detuning away from it. This could be a good or bad thing, depending on how you want to look at it. Now, let's take a look at the sequencer. So as I said before, there are 2 sequences, each with 4 steps. These steps output CV, which can be assigned to the main oscillator frequency, the subharmonic generators, as well as some other fun stuff in the patch bay. You can use the 2V, 5V button to control the range of the CV that is generated by the sequencer, with the choice of either 2 or 5 octaves. The sequences are triggered by 4 assignable rhythm generators, which, much like the subharmonics, divide the master tempo by whole number integers. By assigning more than one rhythm to a particular sequence, you can achieve longer and polyrhythmic patterns. In this combinator, the sequence will automatically reset once you stop and start the transport. While the sequence is running, you can transpose it up or down live using your MIDI keyboard or your DAW piano roll. And if you turn the play button off, the sequence stops running and you can play and program it like a traditional synth. The EG button activates the envelopes. Turning this off will allow the oscillators to bypass the envelopes and head directly to the filter, turning it into a 6-oscillator drone synth. There is also a spread button which pans all 6 oscillators left and right. And lastly, for those who dare to take a peek inside this monster, there are dedicated Thor rotaries to control the main clock tempo as well as the portamento. Because of how this combinator is designed, the portamento also impacts the frequency knob. I haven't seen this done before anywhere else, but essentially it looks and sounds like this. And that's it for today. I hope you have fun with this combinator. Please consider supporting, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.